Wow. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. I want to let you know ahead of time that this could be the worst broadcast of the month. I was all set to do our broadcast this morning and I programmed it and all that good stuff, only to find that as I was going to hit the start button, internet with Telmex went down. So I'm relying on my Telcel connection, which is usually a little sketchy. So I apologize in advance if the broadcast doesn't go as advertised. Hopefully, the problems with Telmex will come back. And it's a coincidence, maybe, or maybe it's fate that this happened today, because today is officially the sad news edition of Coffee and Headlines. I tried to find interesting, uplifting news for this morning, and there were none to be found. So today we are going to be sad together for the most part, and maybe being sad together, it won't be so sad. I'll explain myself in a second, but first, welcome to everyone. As always, thank you very much for those of you that joined me yesterday afternoon in our show and tell of Zapopan. If you didn't get a chance to see it live, but you remember, the link remains valid. You can go back and rewatch whenever you want. Those links are found in the Buy Me a Coffee website where we have our account. So, as always, I'm going to be a little brief. Well, not as always, but I'm going to be a little brief just because I don't want the broadcast to be wonky for you. If you're new watching live, please add the word new to your comment, and we'll be happy to give you a nice little welcome. If you have things that are important that you wish to share, please add a capital letter Q. And Ronald says, very hard to log on today. Maybe there is a widespread problem with Telmex. I don't know. But I'm just going to get on with the broadcast and note that this is being recorded. If our broadcast becomes unmanageable, then you can always watch the rerun, hopefully. So let us start with some news that are sad, as I mentioned before. Well, let me first show you this body of water called the Quapinole Lagoon. It is not far from that place called La Lija, where many of us went to get our COVID-19 vaccines. This body of water has for many years been a major temperature regulator for the Pitillal area due to the large amount of vegetation and wildlife that inhabits it, from turtles to iguanas and some mammals and so forth. Unfortunately, it's days away from drying up entirely. In past years, the government of Puerto Vallarta has established rescue programs bringing in much needed water to this natural resource once the drought sets in, but apparently this has not happened this year. As of today, the lagoon is mostly mud and dry land, and whatever water is left is only a few centimeters deep. And this is just truly, truly sad. Hopefully, the government will be able to do something about this. In other news, as you may recall, the government of Nayarit has been running an operation in which they are seizing a number of properties that were acquired illegally by previous government officials. This maneuver involves some 80 families living in an apartment complex in Nuevo Nayarit that sought federal protection against the state government for being forced to vacate their properties. Juan Antonio Echegaray Becerra, Secretary of Government for the state of Nayarit, has come out to defend the legality of the operation, stating that they are analyzing each one of the incidents to learn exactly how property owners acquired their units. Those that did so in good faith should have nothing to worry about, but those in which transactions have involved third parties with fraudulent ties will unfortunately follow due course. And Vallarta Opina is reporting that the Riviera Nayarit Tourism Bureau is in crisis, with a number of people that have been a part of the agency's promotional effort for a long time allegedly forced to quit by State Secretary of Tourism Juan Enrique Suarez. This is bad news for Riviera Nayarit. I reached out to a very dear friend of mine who has been in charge of public relations for as long as I can remember, and he confirmed this morning, and I quote, that the last of the Mohicans have left. I didn't ask for details, and the article didn't offer any, but my thoughts are with the people in Riviera Nayarit's promotional engine that have for many years promoted the destination and with whom I've had the pleasure of collaborating with over the past decade and a half. President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, who seems to be at odds with Mexico's Supreme Court at every step of the way, has now revealed a series, a laundering list of 40 luxuries and benefits that the Mexican judges enjoy, from salaries that are much higher than his own to engorged Christmas bonuses, a dining restaurant where they can order food and alcoholic beverages, and many other things. Again, this is part of our president's effort to standardize salaries and eliminate excessive luxuries from the government. This is also tied with Andrés Manuel López Obrador's effort to modify the election reform. And it's just ugly. It's getting ugly one way or another. We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but that's the news. Oh, Lordy, I'm totally worried about our broadcast going wonky, but everything seems to be going fine so far. Let us take a quick look at the weather forecast for this Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Snarky Weatherman says, I'm the CEO of Twitter now. We know that Elon Musk has appointed a woman director for the social media outlet. It is 28 degrees right now. Humidity is at 46%. Our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 82. And our weather forecast for today says humid with partly cloudy skies throughout the day with a high of 30 and a low of 19. Tomorrow, Saturday, will be a mostly clear skies day in the morning, actually, with mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon with a high of 29 and a low of 19. And Sunday will be a humid day with mostly clear skies throughout the day with a high of 29 and a low of 19. In other news, let me just switch screens here for a second. I just read that last night was the final farmers market in Marina Vallarta for the season. And we learned early this morning that this Saturday is the final farmers market at Emiliano Zapata's Lázaro Cárdenas Park. So if you want to get your farmers market kicks, this is the weekend to do it. And if you want to continue doing markets later on, well, the Mexican markets continue to operate year around. And last but not least, we have a reminder that this weekend is the Bucerias Wind Festival. It starts today with over 300 kite surfers participating in different modalities. They come from Mexico and from 8 different countries. So this is a good opportunity to hang out at the beach, take photographs of the beautiful display of colors that these kite surfers put together. And I am at a loss of words. I am sorry about that, but today I'm just out of sorts because we're not broadcasting the way we'd like to. Anyhow, it's the sad day. It's the sad broadcast. What can I tell you? Let me take a quick look at your questions and comments. Oh, Gary, you are so right. There is so much more to Zapopan than the Andares Mall. Yes, it is a very sophisticated city or sophisticated municipality because indeed it has the most luxurious housing developments and malls in all of the Guadalajara's metropolitan area. But the downtown area was just absolutely delightful. And I appreciate your comments very much. I see many, many comments. Christoph, I am getting excited about my next music appreciation presentation, which is going to be all about bossa nova this coming Thursday. And of course, afterwards, we are all going to go and hang out. Well, some of us that wish to go and hang out at the Secret Wine and Cocktail Bar, where we're going to enjoy a special promotion for those that attended my music presentation. Thank you so much, Christoph, for partnering with us. I know you're approaching the end of your season, and it's been such a pleasure to spend time at the Secret Wine and Cocktail Bar. If you haven't yet, be sure to check it out. Let's see what else. Thank you for that, Albert. Become a member and get great extra benefits. You know, I'm so happy that yesterday's show and tell went so well. You may be happy to know that, yes, we got some new members and we appreciate all the support that we get. But it was an hour long and we had close to 90 photographs and videos that we shared. We answered questions. It was a lot of fun. Let's see what else we have. Thank you for taking us in your hip pocket. Thank you for that comment, Barbara. For me, it's always a challenge because I want to go on vacation. I want some time to unwind, but it's almost inevitable to bring you along. I'm just so used to thinking about the cluster and wanting to share some of the wonderful things I've discovered. So it was such a pleasure to do it. Let's see what else we have. There's a queue. Does anyone have a link to the route map for the Pride Parade? Says Kelly. I don't have one, but as soon as I find one, I'll be happy to share it with you. I don't even remember the exact date, but I'm sure that a lot of these things will start becoming clearer in the next week. Let's see what else. I think we're there. Salam says he's returning to Puerto Vallarta on the 23rd. It'll be great to see you again, my friend. And I think this is what we have for today. My apologies to you if today's broadcast was a little wonky. Again, we're flying thanks to Telcel today, not thanks to Telmex. And hopefully we will find out exactly what's going on with Telmex, and we will be able to go back to our broadcast as usual tomorrow. And thankfully, we were able to go through this 20 minutes or so without incident. Thanks as always for your support, for your company, for your great ideas, comments, and suggestions. And we have one more day tomorrow. We'll have our broadcast tomorrow morning, and then we will all go and enjoy a lovely weekend. I hope your weekend will be wonderful wherever you are. Take care.